Welcome back to Dunk's Code Traders app. Yes, apologies for coming in late. I just got an issue. I was restoring my YouTube channel somehow. I think someone was trying to hack into it, but unfortunately they couldn't. So Google noticed the unsuspicious activity and it automatically logged me out. So yeah, that's why I came in late. We started a bit late, so apologies for that. We are already 12 minutes late, so let's pray and then head over to our analysis as usual. This is done here. This is done here at Dunk's Code Traders app. I hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you are having a good time. So let's pray. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for the grace. Thank you that we're here, and thank you for the opportunity of these markets, Lord. As we get to this session to analyze and look for signals and look for ways to make this money and be able to do a lot of other things, oh Lord. May you give us good entries, good exit points, good levels that we can actually take advantage of and be able to grab money today from this market. We say thank you and we give you all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. So that is it. So let's head over to Crash 500. Let's head over to Crash 500. As always, we start with Crash 500. Let's look at it. All right, so Crash 500, what happened? Here it is. So yesterday's analysis, we already knew that it was continuing to sell, but we wanted to make our entry from that level there. Why that level? That was a valid order block, but what it did actually, by the time we analyzed it, it had not it had not given us this kind of order block. I mean that kind of fair value gap. So what price did actually is after H1, on that H1 it came to fill that fair value gap. It only came back to the fair value gap and then started to sell. So as I was following it, I noticed this kind of pattern and knew that it was coming to this very move. So some people, for those who were the signal guys, I didn't want to risk your account because it was on the support. It was on the support. So I noticed one thing yesterday, that some people wanted to trade all the signals I was giving. Sometimes there are signals that you don't have to trade. Even if I give it, you know that is not the asset you trade according to your account size. Depending on your account size, you know that that asset I don't trade it because of my account size, so I rather not take the signal. So yeah, this I didn't share it at all, but yeah, that was a trade right there, and this is the money. I took it there. It took my stop losses in profit, then later on continued. But that is how that trade was taken right about there. So what do we see now? Let's remove history. Let's move history. Yeah, breakout on where? On that H4. Yeah, that H4. Is it H4 even? It's H1. It's H1 order block. So we saw a breakout. It was actually not even an order block. It's a support level. So we saw a breakout and retest. Then try to continue, gave us that kind of, it's more of a fake breakout right here. I mean, a fake breakout structure, but we can't say much. Let's first clean the chart and then look at it in depth. So all that happened, we knew that it was coming here. Of course, all the way from there, we had already seen that. So I can delete this and that, and yeah, even this now, don't need it. Yeah, I think so. Delete all that. Now at least the chart is clear. This is already invalid, so I can delete it. Yeah, this is still on. Now let's look at H4. So H4, pull back there. We're supposed to be selling, so it means now that we had a breakout. Yeah, we know that price is coming all the way down below, right about there. But then on H4, we've just broken out. On H4, we've just broken out. This was like a retest, but is it enough? We will see. It's not, according to what I see, it's not enough. And since we are saying that it is not enough, when you look on the left, you find that there's that level there, right about there. So that is where price is reacting from. So if I actually go to my left using H1 and look at what is happening, let me use my left, but going to using H1, then you realize that there are some levels right about there. Such level, there is also that level. So let me go with the one down below, because it's the one they tested to continue. So if that's the case, so let's come here, and clearly you will see that price touched that level right about there and then started to go back. So that becomes now a support level on H1. Why? It has touched it right here, went up. So it was at first a potential support level. It was an order block first, then became a potential support level. Then now it has become a support level. Although it is not that strong, according to H1 and H4, it is not that strong. We will see how it holds up the level right there. So for now, we know that that's what is happening, and this support has been broken out. Let's look at H4. Do we still need it? Anyway, we may just leave it for now, but right there, fake breakout structure right there. All we need now is to see a change of character. All we need is to see a change of character. So of course, according to M15, we saw it, that it is not enough. We saw that it is not enough. Yeah, it is not enough. That low has been taken out. It is not enough. This is the breakout structure right here. Gave us a lower low, went to give us a lower high, then came down, failed to give us a lower low, then the lower high was taken out. So this becomes the change of character right here. So if that's the case, then you know price is coming back right about here. According to M15, it's gonna come right about there. Once it comes right about there, one needs to be waiting for the buy. One needs to be waiting for the buy, probably back to that level. But let's look at H1. Where do we anticipate price to come back to? In fact, H4, the pullback, yeah, that will be the order block right about there. This move is according to H4, mostly, not even to H1. Why? Because the general trend is a sell, so this pullback is according to H4, not H1. So we need this kind of move. We need this kind of move to all the way up there. And of course, we normally take our profits just on the tip of that order block, just on the start of that order block. That's where we want to take your stop, your TP. That's where you want to take your profits, and then call it a day. So for now, it's a no-go until I see a pullback here. But then there's also, if there's enough momentum, you may see just a pullback just between that fair value gap only to come and mitigate the fair value gap after the change of character. Yeah, so if there's enough momentum, but if there's no momentum, then it will have to come and mitigate this order block before it continues. We wait and see. Let's wait and see whatever comes through first. That's what we will go with. All right, so I won't say any more. Let's now head to Boom 1000. I hope my sound is clear, guys. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, Nobina. Yeah. So and the rest of you guys who are on live right now. So let's now check Boom Boom 1000. Right, so Boom 1000. Yeah, I kept following it. I actually entered this trade right here. Took my profits right here because it was within the range, and that was a very skeptical level to actually sell, because the general trend was a buy. Yeah. Just like we anticipated yesterday, we had these two, 1 and 2, price to come to this fair value gap. This fair value gap was according to H1, I believe. Yeah, it was according to H1. That was a move. Reach here and then get into a buys, or get all the way to that order block and then come with the buys. So what came first was the fair value gap. So all this now is not needed. All this now is not needed. Delete. This is also not needed. Now let's now try to understand what then. This was the last one I entered, took my profits there, and later on came into buys. Right now, this where we are is a buy entry, but that level here is becoming a strong support resistance level. So all this can be deleted now. It's becoming a strong. Before I do that, actually, this move right here that brought us right there should be taking us all the way there, and that level is exactly this level right here. So what is happening? Yeah, we know that there's gonna be a pullback, and then later on come with a price like that. So I can delete that. So this trade is looking for a momentum. I can now delete this. It's no longer necessary. Now there is this level right about there. Yeah, there's that kind of level. So all we need is price to come there, and surprisingly it has already given us an M kind of formation. Let's look at a line chart. That will be an M for us right about there, and that M is also, aligning with what we have already on overbought. So meaning we are coming down to create the leg, this leg of this other leg, the right leg. We have the left leg, so we are coming down below to create the right leg, but we need confirmation. We know that there is that anticipation of going all the way and coming with that right leg formation before we get enough momentum, liquidity that is here to push and give us momentum to go and break this level right here. So we don't have enough liquidity. That's why buyers, these guys are going to push for this sell and then come strongly with buys to push and break through this level. That is the anticipation. So how do we do this? Now that we know there's this anticipation of a left leg, a right leg, go to M15, look at the structure that you have. Yeah, the structure that we have is not yet giving us the sell opportunity. But do we have to wait? From what I see, I may not wait. Let me see this. Right about there. Is it enough to give me overbought? Not really. It is not enough. So all I do is wait for. Oh yes, I was supposed to enter from here. I was supposed to enter from there. That sell was supposed to be there. Okay. So now that I know, I'm going to wait for this H1 candle to close. Once it closes in about 2 minutes, once it closes, I'll be waiting. So just guys, remind me at probably 11:05 or 11, exactly 11, to come around and check it, because we need to enter. And we can give it. No, guys. No. Let's not make that mistake. So we're going to give it extra 15 minutes. We're going to give it extra 15 minutes for us to make that kind of entry. So for now, no entry, extra 15. If this level has held up 3 times, 1, 2, 3, so it's a weak support level, but we want to see if it is going to be broken and actually push. So in missing something, so we may see an anticipation of all the way back here and then come or to break out and then give us an entry to actually continue selling. So for now, I'm just gonna be holding on. But why do I have to hold? Price is below my 10 MA, has tested back there, and then it is giving me this. Let me see on M5. M5 is already giving me the confirmation to sell. M1, however, was actually giving us is giving us a signal to enter the buy. So there's gonna be a spike very soon. So once that spike is done, one can come in with a sell. So for now, I just wait for this first candle of M15 in a new hour to close. That's how I'm going to wait for this trade. For now, remember, it's going to be a short trade to bring us to this level only. It's going to be a short trade to bring us right here, just on the tip right there. So this is how this trade is going to be short. But this short trade can give you your daily target just before you know it. So you need to be just hanging there. Don't panic and rush this trade. Boom 500. Let's look at another thing. Boom 500. So excuse me. Clearly we are in a buy trend. Yeah, Those who remember yesterday, we wanted price to break out there and then come in the buy. Yeah, and it's what happened. It actually went all the way to that order block. Now it's actually acting as a resistance level right there. So now, having seen that, price immediately after reaching there, it started to retrace. So we know that this was the previous. This is the low that gave us this high, and clearly price has already come back to discounts. So is it going to come all the way down below here to this fair value gap, or it's going to react from where it is? Yeah, now that another hour has started, there's a possibility of reacting where it is right now. Now, I don't see it coming back to this this order block when it has this when it has these two fair value gaps. So for now, we don't have even to wait. Let's actually go to M15. Let's go to M15 and see if we have a confirmation of entry. Not yet. We don't have. So if we don't have, yeah, we are still pushing. So it's a no-go for now. We have no confirmation to buy this. Oh, yes. Sorry, guys. I'm analyzing on a lower time frame. I haven't gone to higher time frame. We needed a pullback on the daily, but then it is not coming through. But according to H4, we had that kind of structure, which literally told us that we are supposed to continue selling a bit. Yeah, according to H4. This is according to H4. We had this kind of structure right there that actually showed us that we should be looking for this kind of move right there. So after this is the move that we should be looking for right about there. So if that is the case, we know that the sales are on strongly to continue up on sales, and H4 is strong on sales. This was a pullback, just like we wanted to enter sales, but we missed our entry. We missed our entry to make the sell there. So what do? How are we going to make this sell? Let's delete this too. Delete that. This is a fair value gap. So this is an internal structure. Yeah. I need some kind of pullback to give me an entry. I just can't enter this. I can't enter this. So I need a certain pullback from this level right here. Yeah, of course I know that was an M formation right there, an M formation. But then I need a certainty for my entry. I need certainty of my entry. I just don't want to just make. There's a fair value gap up there. Will it come back? Will it go all the way back there? We'll see. But for now, I don't have an entry here. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at M15. I wait for the pullback, and of course I will also wait. I'll be waiting for an entry so that I can make that trade of a pullback. I can clearly enter the trade of the pullback. Yeah, so for now it's a no-go. There's gonna be a spike, a wrong kind of spike once the seller's momentum is downward. It's gonna be a very long spike that will eventually take us even all the way back up there to such levels right about there. So for now, I'll just delete my fib and go to another asset. So this one, I need a pullback. This is the game plan. I need a pullback. Either there or back to that. So we have those two pullbacks that we are looking for. So we can anticipate those two pullbacks then before we can think of making this kind of entry. This kind of entry is it's going to be doing that. That's what I'll be looking for, there or here, and then coming with a sell. So for now, not my trade. Let's look at V25S. V25S. I want to remind you that time is rushing, so please, if you have any questions, just jot them down in the comment section there. I'll be able to check them later and respond to them. And of course, yeah, a reminder is that the mentorship program started. So those guys who want to anyone who wants to join the March mentorship class, you know what to do. The numbers are there. Just hit me up on in my inbox on WhatsApp, or just call me and I'll be able to respond to all your queries about the March mentorship class and look at joining in. I believe those who have been my students coming to Ayana, I think so, I don't know. Those who have taught clearly, probably, I believe, needed to buy this, and actually even entered buys. We wanted them to go all the way up there and then come in the sell, but it reacted on this order block right there. It was a valid order block, so it reacted on that level, and then everything changed from then. And as it was doing that, it was having a low momentum. You can see them, the candlesticks right there. It was so low. It had a very low momentum yesterday. This whole thing was, weird. So, but after consolidating within this structure, I later saw it and I told you guys, you know what, we need to move out because of what I had seen. So when we moved out, we started to see it come into sales. So hopefully you guys were able to move out at the right time before you actually encountered losses on V25S. So, but I was able to move out and I didn't make any losses at all on that asset. In fact, I was supposed to sell it here. I don't know what happened. Oh, I sold it here, took me out. I had entered buys here. That's the very time I told you, you know what, let's move out of this because it was having a low momentum. Yeah, so that's what happened. After it gave us this structure, I realized, okay, this is an expanding, a rising wedge bit, but we were coming from the sell momentum or the sell trend, meaning it's going to continue the sell, and that's what we saw right about there. So according to H1, you can see the momentum was there after the breakout, after actually going back to that level and coming down below. Yeah, so for now, we can actually now delete all this, delete all that, even this level. I don't know about this. Let me see, what is that? Yeah, this is no longer necessary. Yeah, so this is H4. So H4, we knew that we are continuing to sell because of the structure that we had. That was so sure to us. But look at what happened later on after breaking out from the structure that we had. It had about 16 hours, 12 hours, I mean. of consistent selling, 12 hours consistent selling. After what? After breaking out of the structure we had right here, the structure we had right there, which was a rising expanding wedge right about there. Yeah, right about there. So after breaking out of it, it gave us this kind of move. So, and clearly it didn't even give us a retest, so it was a gone deal. Let's look at this. Yeah, that's where we would have taken our first TP right there. And let's look at our second TP. The second TP is bringing us all the way down below. And that can actually even tell us that we are coming to this level according to days. So it means sales are still on. So we can delete this now. Come to daily, look at that. We have a breakout, but we haven't broken out of this trend line yet. So is it going? We've touched it. I think so. We've touched it. Just go to H1. H1 is giving us signal to buy, but of course we know that this will be just a pullback kind of buy to later on make us continue into the buys, the sells. So all I need is this kind. It is a valid order block that can actually give me what I want, but also just delete this now. I don't need it. Now we want to sell according to daily. So if we are going to sell according to daily, it's gonna go pull back to that level there. Pull back to that level. So H1, let me use this. Let me use that. Yeah, for now. If it comes around this fair value up, still we will go with that. But for now, I want to use that order block. I want to use that order. That is a very valid order block. So I can delete now this fib and make a plan. That is how I need it to be. That is what I'm anticipating. Just about there. And then come with yourselves all the way to that OB right about there. So for now, go to H1. Let's look at H1. We are sort of getting a sign of a double bottom. I did not exactly. So go to M15. There's a low weird momentum going on, and it's not a good one to trade. So all you need is breakout on that level. That's all you need to start considering making a buy entry. But until then, no entry at all, no panicking, and just let's wait. Of course, there's, like I've showed you, those who normally want sniper entries, that will be a sniper entry. Why? Because we are on that trend line right there. But there's when these guys pushes and goes to grab liquidity just below here before it makes that pullback. So you just need to be sharp before you do any mistake, because they may come in to grab liquidity just below that trend line and you will face a trap. So for now, yeah, just give it time. Don't rush it. It's gonna mature at a later stage to give us an entry. All right, let's now head over to volatility 75. Volatility 75. Okay, so this was the only trade we entered yesterday live. So kudos to those that made this entry. That was a trade right there. We entered right there. I put I had put some more sell limits there just in case it reacted back to that fair value gap, but it did not. So we made that money yesterday, so I don't need to have them again. So we took it, and immediately I remember telling you that if you are in, I think I told those who were in the VIP that if anyone had entered this asset should now look at taking their profits. And immediately after telling you guys, it started to react and retest. So the retracement, I wanted it to be all the way up there. It hasn't reached yet, so I'm still get there. That's what we need. So we are still looking for this kind of move. We are still looking for this kind of move. We're still looking for that kind of move. So until then, I'm not making a mistake to make an entry right here. The buys are on, of course. Yeah, the buys are on. Let's look at the buys. Yeah, right there. And now this was supposed to be a sniper entry right here. Now the stop loss is going to be big, so I can't enter this. Yeah, if I enter this, it means my stop loss has to be all the way down below, which is a bit big compared to the profit. So I'm not going to enter that. I'm not going to enter that. I can see it has left a fair value gap down below here, but will it come to it to grab this liquidity? I doubt it will. But if it does, then I could actually look at making my entry right there, not where it is. That is a bit risky. So for me, no, that is a no-go for me to trade that asset for now. I can't enter it where it is. Yeah. All right, so that is V75 is for us. All I need for me to make my another entry is a certain pullback, probably here, having made a breakout structure on this level right here. I would anticipate a pullback all the way back here. So that's where I would probably be looking. In fact, let me put even a buy limit. It's gonna be a buy limit. I'll do 0.02 according to my account size currently. I had to use a $200 account. So there, right about there, that's where I'll be anticipating my entry just a bit up. Right? Sometimes it just touches and immediately goes. So if you don't put it exactly in a bit, you may miss the activation. So I need that right there, and then a pullback. An entry to take me there. That is how I'm going to trade this. So let me wait and see. If it comes through, then it will be perfect. This one has been mitigated. This fair value gap has been mitigated right there. You can clearly see that. This one is still on. This one hasn't been mitigated yet. But is it valid? We will see if it is something that it can actually come back to. So there's also that small one. So we wait and see whichever it comes to first. V10-1S, V10-1S. This one is the one I told you guys is a bit slow. But yesterday it was actually somehow had some momentum. Had some momentum yesterday, and those who were on the VIP, those who are in the VIP, you know that we made money in that asset. Yeah, we made money. The first trade, we lost it, but the second trade we recovered and actually made some more money. Right here, this is the recovery trade from here to there. Yeah, the first trade was here, took money, then the recovery trade was there, and the first TP was here. Those who remember, so it hit the first TP and reversed. It hit the first TP and reversed. So those who took the trade, congrats. I made another entry later on, but it also was taken out right there, so we can delete everything right about here. Here. Forgive me for this. I normally have a lot of analysis even on lower time frames. So when you see a lot of weird lines and what have you, it's the analysis on lower time frames. So that's what I do. I analyze to see what is happening. So clearly I wanted price to reach there and then come down, but it did not. It actually came back to this OB right about there. Yeah, it was a valid order block. I thought it was already mitigated, but it actually price actually wanted more of that level, so it went back to it and later on came down. It actually came all the way down. So for now, price is coming just like we anticipated to come down. So it is coming from all the way there. So what do we see now? Later we saw this kind of structure, which we knew that it will give us this kind of move, but only to continue with a sell, only to continue with sell. So what do we see now? Enough of what happened and what is new. Let's look at how to enter. All right, so this is M30. Why am I in M30? Okay, so H4, let's go to H4, delete this. H4, the momentum to sell is not yet, it's not yet that much, even though having seen that kind of change of character, yet the momentum to sell is still not that much. So why are we selling then? We're selling using H1 time frame. So if that's the case, we have another block there. Okay, let's understand this. This is a break-off structure right there. That is a break-off structure, even though it is not that significant. There is the one there. So give us a change of character right here, right about there. Then we start to see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows. So which there broke the previous high, then came to retest. To retest from where? If this is the previous low that gave us this high, that means it's either reacting from that fair value gap right here, there's a fair value gap just a bit about there. That means it's coming to that fair value gap right there because it is in discount. It is in discount, or coming all the way to this order block. Why? Because this is the low that gave us this high, the higher low that gave us our current higher high. Yeah, so now we know that Down below, there is nothing much to anticipate and wait for price to come back to. So all this can be deleted. I don't see them. I don't see them important in this kind of move that we're in. So I can delete all this now. Before I delete, I need to know them. Okay. Yeah. There's no need for them. Alright. So now these trend lines can also go. We haven't seen it reach oversold yet. So looking at the structure, you can see break of structures right there. So yeah, it tells you that we are selling, and now that we are selling, one can actually come in with a trend line like that and try to make sense of what is happening right there. And clearly one will tell that price is trading within a channel or within whichever you want to call it here. So one can easily tell, and that means it's going to continue like that until it gets to this level that we need. So it's gonna go until here, then push back there, then come down until it reaches this order block on H4, and that's where we will be seeing the move that we want, which will be the buys, and the buys will be according to H1 and D1 and D1. That's what we'll be seeing. So going now to M15, yeah, clearly M15, it will show you that it is oversold, but we have no clarity. We have no clarity at all to make any entry. So what do? We wait as usual. We wait for price to actually come to the trend line. That's gonna be our kind of trades. So we'll be just waiting. As it comes to the trend line, or as it gives us an indication that is oversold, and it says as it has started to get into buys, then we know we'll be getting, we'll be adjusting our trend line to match with what we have on the main structure. On the current chart and main structure there, and then use it to make that kind of move all the way up to that. So this is gonna be range trading. For those who love range trading, this is gonna be our trade. This is going to be our trade right about there. So this is going to be our trade. All we need is reach here, then enter that buy. Jump 25, enough of V10. Oh man, time has already gone to, we've already reached our usual time that we stop at. Let's get to what? Let's get to V10, jump 25. Let's get to jump 25 now. All right, so jump 25, what is up? Jump 25, last night I shared a signal around this area to the VIP's chart. Yeah, around that. But then it kept playing within here. I noticed that kind of structure, and I quickly told you guys, let it break even and move out, because I knew that it was going to come to grab the liquidity that was around that level right there. And clearly it came and grabbed it. Immediately after grabbing it, look what happened later. The sell started. So I had already told you that that's the end of the day. It's not good to overtrade, but I knew what was going to happen. So that's why I made the entry. I made the entry after that. So I tell you all the trades I enter, I always tell you. So I can't tell you to enter there when I've not entered. So I entered there, and that's how I mitigated my losses right about there, having seen what was going on in the low momentum. So this level here was still holding liquidity on that resistance level up there on the very highs there, because we knew that these guys knew that there would be a lot of stop losses up there and pending orders and what have you. So it grabbed it, and enough momentum came in with a sell, and that's how the sell came all the way back to this level. This is where we had put our TP level at first. So yeah, I can't say congrats to those who entered, because I never shared it again. I closed charts. I had paused the day for the VIP, for my VIP. So let's look at how we trade today. So I made that profit and moved out. So it took me out on, I closed. I was going to do some other things, so I had to close. What time was it? Was I going to sleep by then? At what time was it? This is 21, 22, 23, midnight. So around midnight, yeah, I closed around midnight. I didn't want to leave in any running trades. Yeah. All right. So right about now, let's clear the chart. And yeah, that's also not needed. So let's look at H1. Is this needed? Not really. Clear it out. Not needed. Not needed. Not needed. Clear it out. This is still needed. Not sure why I have it there. Probably it's on M5. Yeah, it's on M15. And yeah, so all right, we're going to H1 and H4. Let's go to H1. We are looking for sales. H4, we're supposed to be looking for buys. We bought there, we had a breakout, so this was a retest, so we should be going in for buys. Why are we not buying? So let's understand it on. Oh yes, daily is sales. That is, daily is a bit more sales. Is actually pushing for sales as well as weekly. So H4 is looking for buys to do what? I don't think we are still looking for buys. Why? I think we have already mitigated this level 2 times, and that is a support, that is a resistance level right there. I don't think it's going to go all the way up. I believe now the sales are coming in from that very level, and probably we'll see some impact, some enough momentum to break out even right there. So now, having known that, and having seen all this that is going on right here, I'm looking for an entry. H1 we are selling, and we've touched that trend line again. So I need an entry. I need an entry right about there on M15. We have touched the trend line, and we are looking at price going below the 10 MA. Clearly, all right, yeah, this is how we're going to enter now. I see it. So all I need is this level to reach. At least if it gives me this kind of that, probably it would have given me this kind of pullback to this OB right there on M5. Then I'll make my entry to sell it. So this is spot on, and we can be patient for such a trade. We need this level to be overbought. I mean, once it is overbought, then we know that we have an opportunity to actually have a sniper entry. You have to remember that H4 is still there and then come in with a sell, and that's what we are going to look for and wait for. That is jump 25. Let's wind up with jump 10. Jump 10, let's delete all these right here. This is when, this was yesterday. Oh yes, let's first look at yesterday. Did I make any entries? Not really. What were we looking for? When we analyzed, we wanted price to test that level and then give us an entry. Was it there? Not really, not here. It was here. We had, yeah, once price broke out, we wanted to test this order block. It was not a valid order block. So by that time, it had not given us this fair value gap, and it had not given us also this fair value gap. So clearly, after the change of character, it came to that fair value gap right about there. And that's where the entries were supposed to come in. By that time, I think I was in class. Yeah, by this time, I think I was in class. So I didn't manage to give this kind of signal. And that's why I didn't enter it myself. So that pullback and now that kind of buy happened right about there, So now that we know this, that we are buying fully, let's clear the chart right about here. Clear the chart. What is this? I think it is holding up. We tested it, so it's no longer valid. Delete that too. This level there has been broken out, so it's no longer valid. Well, delete it also. So now the chart is clean. Let's go to H4. We need prices oversold according to overbought according to H4, but according to H1, it's not yet. According to daily, we have just tested the level, so the buys are on strongly. Weekly, we need sells, but we have to retest back there before we continue to sell. So that's why we are doing the retest, having broken that level of retracement. So get back to daily and see, nothing is holding back. Oh yes, there's that fair value gap. There's that fair value gap right about there. It is holding up there. It's happening. It's making it like a resistance level. So let's break it down a bit lower on H4. Let's look at it on H4. That is the fair value gap right there. That is a fair value gap right there, giving us a reaction on price. And clearly that's why we see that level is showing us that it is overbought. So remember, this is H4. It has come from this support level, giving us a change of character right here. It has given us a change of character right there, and it has gone back to that fair value gap, and it's now being rejected. It's now being rejected right there. So what do we do? According to H1, we are not yet overbought, but looking at what I have there, one may anticipate an M formation, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's wait for this candle to close H1 and see. Let's go to M15, and M15 clearly will be, actually, if it closes below there, it will be confirming what we are looking for on H1, which will be the left leg, which will be the right leg, which will be the right leg right about there. So now let's wait for that candle to close. If this candle closes, which we've started the last candle, M15 candle, I won't be having anything to wait for, but only to make my entry. Only to wait to make my entry and sell this asset. I'll be looking at only trading the right leg, which will be this only, from here to there, from there to here, and I call it a day. Yeah, otherwise I think that's it for me on this very asset. That's it for me. This is a jump 10. Let's now do the recap and call it a day. Let's do a recap. All right, so yeah, Patrick says this 75 can give us a possible small choking attempt to retest to the fair value gap it has left behind, as we were seeing on M15. I think boom 1000 has changed character. So let me first look at boom V75 can give us a possible small choking attempt to retest the fair value gap that he has left back behind, as we were seeing M5, I think. Okay, so V75, yeah, we wanted this pullback. This is M5. We are looking for this pullback. We have two levels. We have this fair value gap right here, and then we have also another one down below here. So the one we are waiting for, let's see. Let's use our fib. Let's use our fib and see which one is likely to come in first. So this is likely to come first right here. This is likely to be our level. This is likely to be our level of retracement. So I can also put another buy limit right there, so that if it comes here, I know I'm entering. If it comes here, I know I'm entering. That is for sure. So now that I have that, that is a done deal for me. I don't have to wait. Yeah. I want to remind you that it is trying to look for momentum. It is trying to look for liquidity, of which liquidity will increase the momentum of the asset. So wherever it finds liquidity, enough liquidity is where the momentum will begin from. On this level, it didn't get enough momentum. Wait a minute, did you know that it touched that level that we wanted? It actually touched that fair value gap, but we normally need it to go at least halfway if it is to touch the fair value gap. So is it a done deal? Because we may make a mistake right about there, looking for buys there, only to know that it has gotten enough momentum to actually continue selling it, because clearly M15 we should be selling it. M15 we should be selling it, and H4 says we should be selling it because this move is according to H4. All right, let's continue with what we have. We have to, please, if you're going to make these buy limits, use your smallest lot size according to your account. The smallest lot size you can use, you according to your account. So me, I'm okay with my account being at 0.02 so that I can know my risk. Yeah, once they're activated, I'll come and put my stop losses just below here, but you guys can still do it and put your stop losses right about here, below this level right here. So that time frame is a sell, so the sell is there. But why would you risk now entering the sell when you are having no entry, no perfect entry? Probably it was on M1, that's where you would have entered from. Yeah, so on M1 you would have entered. This basically is always for scalpers. Scalpers use M1 to make such entries. So if it makes a pullback, you can enter, because that is a change of character right there on M1. All right, enough of that. Let's now do the recap of everything. Price has not reacted to this yet, so we are still waiting, either here or here, but most likely this, even though we know this is a valid order block, but this is a change of character, so it's most likely going to react to this fair value gap. So until then, I have no business with this asset. Boom 1000, we see a change of character. Oh man, what had I said about this? Yeah, it's making that M. It's making that M. Yeah, like I told you, it was coming to create this other leg, and clearly that's what we see. Yeah, it is happening. I had said we wait. I forgot to come back. I forgot to come back after. Yeah, we forgot to come back. So it's a done deal. We don't have an entry now. So yeah, we don't have an entry unless it makes a pullback. But if it doesn't, yeah, you don't have an entry. You just leave it to go. Yeah, but clearly that has happened, and we can't risk right now where it is. So that has gone. Boom 1000. We need a pullback there to bring a sell. So we haven't gotten one yet, so we wait. Boom 500. This one here starts the trend line, and clearly even this level has now been oversold. There, it is now oversold. This is what? This is V25S. So let's look at it on H1. H4 is saying that, H1 is saying that. M15, however, is not yet. So what do we do? Do we enter in anticipation of a sniper entry now? It is not worth the risk. We are still selling until we see a change of character. Don't make that mistake. So just hold on with your money. The longer you stay in the market with your money, there are more chances of making even a lot more. So for now, yeah, this one we are also looking at entering this to get that other right leg. So let's look at how that is holding. So yeah, we wait for this hour to close. We are waiting. We are going to be waiting for the hour to close. Not even the hour, this candle to close. This candle to close. We are going to be waiting for this candle M5 to close, and then coming with a sell. I'm actually going to come in with a sell in about 1 minute. In about 1 minute, if at all it doesn't continue. Let's go to M1. Clearly, M1 says we should be looking for, this was a change of character, so why did we go back there? Okay, this is where I make my entry according to what I normally trade. So I put my stop loss right about there. If it goes for a liquidity pool, it will take me out. If it goes for a liquidity pool, I wanted, oh, that it is, and see if it is going to give me this right leg. See if it will give me this right leg right there. Volatility 25, all we need is, volatility 10, all we need is price to get to that leg, and it has reached. Yes. Now let's look for an entry on V10. This is going to be our asset. This is going to be our asset right here. So how do we enter this? It has given us a change of character on M1. On M1 right there. So we are going to make this entry right here. I'm just going to put 3 entries right there. I'll just put my 3 entries right there and just wait. And just wait. and just wait and see whatever happens on that level. Let's see whatever happens. So, but clearly it has given us, and it has gone to that. Yeah, this is a low leveraged asset, so don't worry about it. Only that if you don't do what, if you don't use weird. I've made another entry right there according to my account, because it may not, I don't see the reason why it may come down below. So that's why I've made another entry, but now I see a fair value gap right about there, so I can put my other buy limits right on that point. And now aim for that kind of buy all the way up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for that money to come in as we push it all the way up. Of course, don't worry, it's gonna get a pullback probably according to M5 or M15. Then these ones will be activated. I'm looking at having my stop loss a bit lower about here, because most of the times these guys can push for a liquidity pool and come for my stop loss, and I'll be looking for about such a level to grab my profits right about there. All right, that is a jump at a V10, and now this is jump 25. I wanted a pullback up there, but now I see a change, something weird, so I have no entry there. I can't enter that, so it's going all the way up to give us, it hasn't reached that level there, so it's pushing for that. So for now it's a no-go. Don't make any entries yet. Don't make any weird entries yet. Just leave it where it is. Just leave it where it is. Just leave it where it is. Jump 10, breakout there, so it's all still going. So for it, we wait. This is on M15. Either way, we are going to trade this level, right? I mean, this account, this asset, we will make money today from you, whether you want or not. Whether it wants or not, we will make its money today. So we wait for it. We wait for it to give us what we want. We have to make its money today. We will make its money today. All right, so that's it for today. And as far as analysis is concerned, let's now get to this thing that we've made on V10 for this money to be grabbed. It's the only asset I think we've entered. Oh, also this one here, the sell on V75, like I told you, according to M1. So it didn't go for the it didn't go for that, so it's coming right about here. I want to pick my profits just about here, and now I know it will not come back, so I can break even right about there and make my assets safe. So that is money there. I don't know if anyone actually made that entry with me on V75, but if you did, congrats on your profits so far. So we've entered V75 and V10-1S, the buy on V10-1S, and of course a sell on V75. So all that is coming. But remember, V75, we are going to be also looking at a buy at a later stage. So keep on. Let's look at some other asset that we wanted to make an entry on. This one left us. This would be good money. All these about how many? About almost an hour now. are selling ever since we analyzed it. So this would have been good money for us right there. All right, so let's call it a day. This one has now gone back to, has come to the level, one of our points of interest. So we wait for a confirmation to make the buy right about there or here. So just be patient for whatever comes around. Just be patient for whatever comes around. I wish you guys a good day. I've talked a lot. We've gone into a lot. Please, there's still time for those who need to register for the VIP to always receive on time entries. So if you want, please do register right now so that you'll be joined into the group. And please, those who are on the VIP group, please make it a point to always register your trades on the document I shared with you, so that you can review your performance on a daily or on a weekly and see what is your win rate. Yesterday's win rate, just like I shared with you, my recordings of the trades, we were at 71%. We were at 71%. So that is so far good. Having that it was our first day, it was a very good win rate, and let's hope for the best today. Let's now get to see you in our group VIP signals. Have a nice day, guys. See you tomorrow for the analysis session, and then of course at 1 I was expected to do the BTC analysis. I will see if I will have time, but yeah, I need to do it either way, the BTC analysis. So those who love BTC, let's meet at 1 here for the 30 minutes. Have a nice day, guys. See you tomorrow for the synthetics.